Hello everyone, our lesson today is on relative pronouns in grammar, and this is part 1. We have 3 questions for this lesson. Number 1, what is a pronoun? Number 2, why do we call them relative? Why do we call relative pronouns relative? And number 3, are relative pronouns conjunctions? So 3 questions for you. Shall we look at the answers? Number 1. What is a pronoun? A pronoun takes the place of a noun. For example, Oliver lives in Toronto. He is a student. Oliver is a noun and he takes the place of Oliver. So as you can see, I put all the answers for you in blue. I put all the answers for you in blue. So he is a pronoun and he takes the place of Oliver. So it's not good English to repeat Oliver, to say Oliver is a student. This is not good English. So it's better to use he. So he refers to Oliver. Now if I say Oliver, who is a student, lives in Toronto. Oliver is a noun and who takes the place of Oliver. That is why I call who a pronoun. So who is a pronoun. Why? Because it takes the place of Oliver. But how does who take the place of Oliver? How? If you look at this example, Oliver lives in Toronto. Oliver is a student. So we have 2 simple sentences. So what do I do to join them together? We delete Oliver in the second sentence. As you can see, I deleted Oliver. I crossed it out. We replace Oliver with who. This means who takes the place of Oliver. So who is a noun. Who takes the place of a noun. This means who is a pronoun. Number 3, we take who is a student, this relative clause, who is a student, we take it and put it after Oliver in the first sentence. We delete the full stop after a student. So the sentence, I put who is a student, this relative clause, I put it after Oliver and I delete the full stop after student. And the sentence is Oliver, who is a student, lives in Toronto. All the time, if you want to join 2 sentences using the relative pronoun, use this method or use this way of joining simple sentences together. Now, I explained why we call relative pronouns pronouns. We call them pronouns because they take the place of nouns. Number 2, why do we call relative pronouns relative? We call them relative because they relate sentences. It means they join them together, they connect them together. Oliver lives in Toronto. Oliver is a student. I use who to join 2 simple sentences. So, who is like a conjunction and we call who a relative pronoun. Oliver, who lives in Toronto, is a student. We call who lives in Toronto a relative clause. So, who lives in Toronto, what do we call this? We call it a relative clause. It is a clause because it is not complete, although it has a pronoun, a verb and a complement. So who is a pronoun, lives is a verb, and in Toronto is a complement, but who lives in Toronto is a clause. Why? Because it is not complete. Very good. Are relative pronouns conjunctions? Yes, they are similar to conjunctions because they join sentences together. So this is the end of the video. I hope you liked it. And what you can do, you can type www.google.com and then you type in Google interactive exercises on relative pronouns, and then Google will give you hundreds or maybe thousands of exercises which you can do to practice your English. Thank you for watching, and I wish you all the best in your learning. Thank you.